Okay.
The views expressed on this program are not those of intellectualradio.com, its subsidiaries, or sponsors. Encouraging, educating, and empowering you into action. This is Warriors Talk with your host, Lady ReShell.
Hello. Welcome to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady ReShell, where we move away from awareness towards action. It's Relationship Monday, and we are so excited that you have chosen to join us today. We have an amazing show coming up, and our topic for today is mistakes men make in dating. We are live on Intellectual Radio. We just heard from the Drive at 5 with Roman. Keep it locked right here on Intellectual Radio and allow us to feed your brain. On the last episode of Warriors Talk, Rizal and I wrapped up the biggest mistake that women make in dating. Go over to YouTube, type in Intellectual Radio. Stay connected for any episodes you may have missed. The quote of the day is, characterize people by their actions, and you will never be fooled by their words. We are grateful for our sponsors. We have EmanuelC.O.G.I.C with Pastor Michael Richardson, which you can catch every Sunday morning at 10:15 a.m. on Facebook. Let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Greetings, I am Pastor Michael Richardson.
And I am First Lady Anastasia Richardson from the Emmanuel Church of God in Christ. We're located at 3058 West Van Buren in Chicago, Illinois. We are building upon a solid foundation.
And we're inviting you to join us every Sunday morning on Facebook Live at EmanuelC.O.G.I.C at 10:15 Central Standard Time. And you can also view our videos on our YouTube channel at EmanuelC.O.G.I.C-MR. Once again, this is Pastor Michael Richardson
and First Lady Anastasia Richardson, and we're from the Emmanuel Church of God in Christ. We are building upon a solid foundation.
Here are your trending topics for today. According to CNN, at least 74 people in Kentucky have died after a weekend tornado outbreak across 8 states, flattening homes and businesses in the Midwest and the South. The governor of Kentucky told reporters that the death toll figures come from emergency management officials and may differ from the county's coroner's reporting. Again, we expect this death toll to continue to grow, the governor said. Thousands of homes are damaged, if not entirely destroyed, and it may be weeks before we have a final count on both the death and the level of destruction. Those are your trending topics for today. Co-hosting with me today is none other than cancer activist, motivational speaker, and the founder of the Gal Foundation, Rizal Gilmore, aka The Biz. Hey, Rizal.
Hey, Lady ReShell. Relationship Monday.
I'm excited. So excited.
I'm excited as well.
Yes, I'm so excited. So if you guys are tuning in, like, share the show, invite someone else in on the show who may benefit from this valuable information. So Rizal, we wrapped up last week the women's biggest mistakes in dating. We know that took 2 parts to do that one. So let's just dive right into this topic, because I know that we always run out of time because, you know, the show always gets juicy and we have a lot of comments coming in. So I just want to make sure that we're able to cover everything.
Right.
All
It be getting juicy and we don't want to let it go. It's already a given. It's going to go overtime.
So I'm just going to kick it off with the first one. So we're talking about mistakes that men make in dating. And let me just say that Rizal and I are not claiming to be experts in this subject, right? We are still students, we're learning, but we have done our research so that we can bring you some information that you can incorporate changes in your lifestyle and make better choices when it comes to relationships. So the first mistake that men make when it comes to dating, lying.
we started off just like that, Lion. Like you just poured the rum into the punch with that one. You just spiked the whole show. Lying.
Yes. Hey, Kimmy, let's not sugarcoat
It
it.
can, let's not. I can agree with. I can agree with that. We lie. We tend to say things to make ourselves look a lot more than what we are. Whether it's the lifestyle or appearance or whatever the case, we're always trying to prove to women that we're the man for you, for them, or whatever the case. So I can agree with the lying.
Why is that? Why not just be honest, be yourself? Because
Well, like
eventually
I said,
yourself is going to have to show up.
eventually, but like I said, we just feel like, we got to impress you some type of way. So we lie about everything what we don't have. And it's more so, like I said before, we buy what we want and we beg for what we need. So we lie about, not having this and that and, wishing that we had that and this.
I think it makes it hard. Once I find out that you're lying, it makes it hard for me to trust you, or should I say trust you again? Because now I'm looking at everything that you're doing and I'm like, okay, what else is this person lying about? Like,
Well, not only what I'm doing, but, were you telling me a truth in the past? Now I got to think back, was those lies, were you being honest? And now it's like you got to dissect the whole relationship or the time that y'all been talking to decipher if, the whole time has been a lie. So that can become very overwhelming. So that's why I say I can agree with your number one.
all right. Did you write it? Did you have your own list, Rizal?
Uh,
Come on, bring it.
so my number one is overly possessive.
Oh, that's a good one right there. Yes. And this, are you saying like at the beginning when you're just getting to know each other, is like already you're possessive of this person, and we haven't even established what this is going to be?
That starts right from the club. As soon as I buy you a drink, you mine for the night.
Come
Like
on.
you cock blocking everything that's coming your way. You got the tennis racket out. You deflecting all other drinks, all other dudes. Like already, I ain't claimed you. Like we married, we ain't had the baby. The pastor blessed us and everything before 12 o'clock unhit, and we ain't left to even hear last call for alcohol. So yeah, we become overly possessive. And already in our mind, that's me. That's mine. That's how I got. That's like, that's me right there.
That's
So
yeah. That's why I say don't even accept the drink, because if you don't accept the drink, then you don't really have to worry about it. It's like once you accept that drink, it's like, oh, I got it. It's like, no, you don't. Thanks for my
no,
drink. I'm up. So
I told you before. Some women go there purposely, knowing that they wear the little, as y'all call the little black dress, purposely knowing that the guys are going to buy you drinks. Some of y'all don't even take wallets or pocketbooks or car or anything because you already know. So you're getting yourself into that trouble.
oh, all right. I'm gonna leave that alone. All right. My number 2 is being distracted by his cell phone. If we're out and we're on a date, you should be, if you made plans to be here, then you should be present, which means your phone should be put away. If it's an emergency, like if you have kids or something, if your kids are grown, I figure like if it's not an emergency, then you shouldn't be on your phone. Like everybody else can wait until we're done with this date.
Absolutely, I agree with you. But unfortunately, this one it has to work both ways because there's plenty of times where women actually be on the
No, we're
phone.
talking about men right now. Don't do
I
that.
know we're talking about men.
We're
I
talking
know
about
we're talking about men, but I'm just saying. Look, maybe he getting distracted and being on his phone because she on her phone. They
no,
both going tick for tack
let's say
because she on the date putting it on Instagram and TikTok like, oh, look at us. We out here playing miniature golf. Look, y'all. Look. And then he's on the phone like, look, don't believe the hype, y'all. She ain't all that. So he could be on the phone for that reason. But I do agree, if y'all are on a date, the phone should not be a distraction. You should be concentrating on her and her solely.
totally agree.
So
right. What's your number 2?
my number 2 is a gross living space.
Ooh, that's a good one. And I
Don't
mean, bachelors are normally, some bachelors are really neat, but then some bachelors like, it's a bachelor. Go ahead.
you know there's a situation as soon as you cross that threshold and you stop and you look left, you look center, and you look right, and you go, you want to go right back out that door. If you take that deep sigh and you want to go back out that door. He brought you to the palace, and it's about he fluffing up the pillows because he like, girl, it's about to go down. But you got to move the open carton of applesauce. That guy get pushed out the way. the cat knocked over the milk because he was thirsty because you forgot to feed him. The hamster going on the like. Yeah, that could be another like a 2A and a 2B, to the dirty house with. Yeah, that could be a 2A and 2B, and gotta think about that one. But yes, gross. Don't be thinking that your place is all that is the bomb diggity, and you ready to move her into the palace, and it's not the palace, and you living on top of the bodega, and hearing Spanish music all night and smelling garlic and onions, and yeah.
My thing would be like if you're a guy and like you're working all the time and it's like that during the week, and then like on the weekends, okay, you clean up. And I mean, for some reason I just don't expect guys to be really neat. It's like, and I know some guys who are like really neat freaks, but I really don't expect it because especially if you're a bachelor, normally when you're a bachelor, you see like the bare minimum in the place. Like, so I don't really expect it to be like really neat. I wouldn't hold it against him if it wasn't really neat. Let me just say that.
Yeah, but the only thing I would think that if you cleaned up and you working all the time, the only thing that you need to do is dust because everything else still should be in place. Other than wash the dishes, throw them in the dishwasher.
If you're taking off your clothes and you're just throwing them on the floor, it's just piling up. And sometimes when you eat, you may just push it over, put it on the table, push it over. The garbage is just falling over. So it sounds simple, but sometimes it's just not that simple.
Well, Ben, we can't be bringing the ladies to a gross living space.
Totally agree with that.
Got to clean up.
Especially if it's a first impression, because the first impression is everything. So yeah.
Ooh.
No.
And you don't get a second chance for a first impression.
Yeah. If you guys want to call in, we would love to hear your feedback on this topic. We're talking about mistakes that men make in dating. And the number is 708-233-8953. Again, 708-233-8953. We would love to hear your opinion. All right, Rizal. Is it my turn? I'm on number 3?
Yep, you're on number 3.
So the third mistake that men make in dating is talking about their ex or asking about yours.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I
don't
care. I mean, I know that you have had past relationships. I don't really care to hear about them. I mean, it could be a preview into what you're going to get. So like if he is the type of person that blames his ex for everything and claimed that all his exes was crazy and, he's the same one, then yeah, you might just look at him kind of side eye and just, keep that one eye open. So, because he'll probably be doing you the same way if y'all broke up. So something like that. Yeah. But I wouldn't go into detail asking him about his ex. No.
Right. I mean, we do it to see if there's any signals in there from our previous relationship so we can head for the hills now and get out. It's kind of like, either, you're going to be too controlling or you're not this, you're not that. We're looking for something that's wrong. When we're comparing you to, okay, this is what happened in your last relationship. Does that mean you're going to do it in this relationship? We're looking for something that's wrong.
So that's why women, y'all talk too much. Don't even mention your past relationships. Don't tell him that the guy used to beat you. Don't tell him that the guy cheated on you. It's really none of his business. Don't even mention that. Don't even speak ill about that person. Oh, you know what? We just had differences. It just didn't work out, But don't give them that, because you're giving them tools to use. So when he feels like it's not working out or whatever, they're going to use it against you. So don't do it. Just be quiet. All right. Kimmy says, sometimes when men are intimidated by the woman, it could be a huge mistake. Women love a confident man.
That's true. I can agree with that.
Confident,
I definitely can agree with that.
But not cocky.
Well, it's funny you said that, because my number 3, my next one is acting like a tough guy.
Yeah.
You get a lot of guys that's out there who boast and they poke their chests out like they this and that. They're tough guy. They're about this life and all these different things, and they haven't done anything. They wouldn't even bust a grape in a food fight. So we got to stop again. Here we back to the point of trying to prove something to somebody that we are not. We cannot keep doing that. If that's not your motto, you didn't grow up like that, watching movies and you don't get it like that. Experience is the best teachers. Trust me, it's been a cold, cold world out there for these tough guys. Just think about where they are now, all these tough guys.
I like for my guy to be kind of tough. Like, I don't like, but I like to know that he has the soft side. Like, that could just be me. But to everybody else, he could be like, girl, he's so mean. But I'm like, girl, you're not mean. No. But, not to the point to where, it's getting us into fights and stuff. Every time we go somewhere, he's arguing with somebody and I got to pull him back to try to calm him down. Not like that, but, you want a tough man. You want a man that especially if you're a woman, to where I'll run over him. Like, I'll run over the man if he's not able to put me in my place. I'll just run him over. So he has to be able to not be afraid to be like, hey, look, calm down. I got this. Like, no, don't worry about it. So tough in that sense, to where he's not going to allow me to run over him, like in a good way, but not just trying to be downright hard. Like, it's my way or the highway, and don't really care, about what I think or my input.
Well, do you like tough guys or do you like bad boys? Because I know a lot of women like bad boys, and there's a difference between the two. And it's not about, the fight. I understand, like, if y'all going to the club every weekend and this dude is like simply jealous, getting into fight, what you looking at? Why you looking at her? And y'all getting into fights every weekend, you really might want to think that, because it's not how many times you fought, but what you're fighting for.
True. I like a little bit of both.
Oh, well then, Miss Rochelle.
A little bit of both. Yes.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Kimmy says she likes your shirt, Rizal.
Oh, look at that. God is great. I am living proof.
Love it. That's nice. Awesome. All right.
We're sticking my chest out.
We're talking about the mistakes that men are making in dating. Is it my turn?
Yes. Your number 4.
Number 4 is, and we kind of tapped on this, not being his authentic self. Like, especially during that honeymoon phase. Because sometimes I always talk about gaslighting. Like, people can gaslight you and you're like, oh my God, this is it. This is the best relationship I've been in. Girl, he does X, Y, Z. And he's doing everything. He's catering to you. And then he's really not being his authentic self. And then once that honeymoon phase is over, then you start to see like who he really is. The representative is left, and he showed up, and it's just like, wow. And now you kind of feel stuck, especially if you have already been intimate with him. Then you kind of feel like, man, I got to see this thing through.
Don't worry, he'll be himself. Let the lights come on at the club. You're gonna see all of him.
I don't know. I mean, some people can do it for a while. They can play that charade for a minute. So you just got to make sure that when y'all are spending time together, that it's just not surface conversations that's going on, that you're really talking and trying to, get to the meat of things. A lot of times we don't do that. We do these things. We go places, but we go places where we can't even have conversations. Like you at the movies. You can't talk and get to know somebody at the movies. So you need to go somewhere where you can, spend some quality time together so you can get to know how they act in different situations.
But wouldn't that be a no-no with the cautiousness, because you're waiting for something to happen as you wait for him or her to show them true selves to come out? Because you're really not giving them like a full chance, because eventually, when you're first, the honeymoon phase, you're waiting for something to happen. You're waiting for him to screw up or her to screw up.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, because especially if it's somebody I just met, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt because this is what I know. I don't know you to be anything else. So until you show me something else, then at that point I'd be like, oh, okay, so this is what it is. But I'm not going to go into it like, okay, he's just like so-and-so. Yeah, no, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I would prefer him to be his authentic self, even if it's like him 3.0, but it's still who he is.
Or he might be trying to be that tough guy, or he might be trying to be that bad boy that you like, and then next thing you know, he's not none of that.
I'm asking him to be himself. So if that's not who you are, then don't try to be that. So, because if we get into a situation and you can't handle it, and I got to use my skills to do something, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be like, really?
You just want, just flop the heel off and catch him with that back end, the little pointy part of the stiletto. That's all.
So
that's all. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
If they don't love who you are, then because if you're showing them somebody different, they don't love you or they don't like you. They love who you are representing. So just be your authentic self.
Yeah, or somebody gonna push that button and they're gonna bring it out. I think everybody got it in it. Sometimes it takes something or a situation to bring it out. So you may get just what you're asking for.
And you want to see somebody when they're upset. You want to see how they handle themselves when they get upset. You want to see that. You want to see, are they able to pull it back in and calm down, or did they just fly off the handle and keep going until something just destructive happened? So you want to be able to see that person. You want to see that.
Yeah. Do they go to 0 to 100 and keep the pedal to the metal?
You should.
And keep it there all the way through and don't give you a chance to like slow it down or anything.
Right. You should be able to see it. I should be able to say, babe, come on, that's enough. Like, let's go. Or tap you on your arm, be like, we lock eyes, and I'd be like, let's go. Something to calm you down. If I can't do that, man, I was getting ready to say I'd be in my car and be at home. He'd be like, where you go? Look.
You would leave him?
Look. Yeah, I probably wouldn't leave him, but I probably would. If he's like, yeah, I can handle it, and he's just going all off, I'm just gonna sit there, and I'm just gonna let him handle it. And if that means, okay, I'm not gonna even say. All right, let's go to the next one. All
okay.
Right.
So we're on my number 4. Yes. Acting different around friends.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And that would give you, especially if he's acting different and treating you a certain way, and you're like, who is this? Especially like when they introduce you to people. Like, it's curious to say, oh, sometimes they'll just use your name. Oh, this is ReShell, or this is my friend ReShell. This is my lady. It's like, okay, let's see what he's gonna say.
Well, it all depends on the amount of time and how, I guess I would say exclusive that y'all have been. Well, if you're exclusive, he should be using the terminology of girlfriend or lady. But I mean, if y'all just dating, hey, this is ReShell, or my lady ReShell. This, my friend. I'm sorry, my friend ReShell. Those two. It sounds okay when you're doing the introducing, but when somebody has to introduce you, it sounds really funny, right? So I have to introduce you to a guy, and I like, hey, Rizal, this is Billy, my friend. Billy, this is my friend Rizal.
And especially if I'm dating one and the other one just like, okay, both of us are friends. Like, why you introduce me as the friend? Of course, they're not going to say that, but you feel some type of way when you introduce that way. Because it's like you're really not important because both of y'all on the same level as friends.
Well, that's because you're there waiting because you want it, you're trying to get it to progress to something else. And you're keeping me like back shelf with the whole thing. Like, what are we doing? But I don't expect you to just jump out and say, hey, this is my boy X, Y, and Z, depending on how far along we are in this process. But, when I say some of the time the acting different, you get around your friends and, you begin to act brand new with, people, family, and this, now, again, now you got your arm candy on you and you just think you all that and you trying to prove to her and, everybody know you just waving at everybody like you the mayor or the person you doing the little wave like, hey, y'all, you see me. So, you just start acting totally different, knowing good and well, I think it was you and set it off when she wasn't a baby, but she brought it together well. Jada Pinkett.
Mm-hmm.
And she was all around the rich people, and she gave her thing, knowing good and well. Well, she was in the banking, so that could be a bad example. But anyway, just acting brand new on people.
Okay.
What Kimmy said.
Kimmy says women want a man to be her rock, take the initiative, and make her feel valued. Not acknowledging her is a big no. No. I totally agree. It's a big no. At least, I mean,
But it depends on where you are, because you have some women who still confused on what role they want you to play. They're not sure yet if they want you to be that man of the life in their life, or if you just going to be the man, or if you just going to be a friend. Which role am I playing? Let me know. You introduce me on the same level with John, and Ray, but you want me to step up. But as you say, you keeping me equal. So where am I fitting in at?
We're talking about the ones where we're dating. We're not talking about those. We're talking about we're dating. We're not talking about the woman who really don't want to be introduced or acknowledged. We're talking about, okay, we're dating. And so if you're introducing me and we're dating and we're spending time together, hello.
This is my lady. This is my partner.
I wouldn't even want you, if we haven't discussed it, I wouldn't even want you to introduce me other than ReShell. I wouldn't. I would want you to introduce me as that until we have had a conversation.
But what if I went and I put it on Facebook? This is my woman, and I'm posting it all over and now you feeling some type of way, but I'm acknowledging you.
Again, we have to have that conversation first. Don't just put it on Facebook if we haven't had that conversation. Like, let's have the conversation first and see how, we both feel about it. And then at that point, if I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not posting nobody and I'm posting my husband. I'm not posting no boyfriend or no man. I'm gonna post my husband. So if you're not my husband, I'm not posting you. And if I post somebody, just know that it's a friend. It ain't nobody I'm dealing with. That's how I feel about it.
All right. Number 5.
You won't be posting. Let's see. Hold on. I got a comment. Oh, Cadillac just decided to join us.
Cadillac.
Hello.
You got some testosterone in the building. Ooh.
Kimmy makes a good point. She says social media is dangerous for relationships. For new relationships, it's dangerous.
Yes, it is. I can agree because you women, y'all like to go and y'all like to snoop on the page what he been doing, and men do the same thing, and y'all could be looking at past events that has happened, and you trying to determine the timeline between when it happened, how it happened, why it happened, and why it was happening. That's when it becomes dangerous.
I think it becomes dangerous when
it sounds a little crazy to me.
When we don't have conversations to establish what's going on. Like if we just started dating and you have stuff on your social media that predates me, I don't care. I could care less. Don't care. It was before me, so I know that you have a past. I don't have anything to do with that. We have to have a conversation about what we're doing and the level of respect that we're going to have for each other on social media. I would not want to be friends with somebody I'm dating on social media. I don't want to be friends with you because I don't want to really see your comments. I don't want you questioning what I'm putting on my page. So I would rather us not be friends.
Or maybe not even you putting it on the page, because you could have one of your friends or associates or whoever that's commenting on your picture. Now, remember, you didn't put no words, no caption. You just put a picture and they're putting a comment. And now you on there. Well, who is this that's leaving the hard eyes? You know, what that mean? What's going on there? Why they giving a thumbs up? Why they giving smiley faces? Why they saying this is what we do? You whatever the case. And now you got to sit there and explain all this without them knowing the history, you know, if there is some, because sometimes there is, about why this person is doing X, Y, and Z on your page.
Yeah, I would say if you don't respond to it, like if people put stuff on your page, you don't even have to respond. Just don't even respond to it. Just leave a comment out there, just out there.
But it's not even the comment. The thing is, why is she putting that on your page? That's the question that you women ask. Why is she doing it? What gives her the right to do it? I'm supposed to be queen bee. Whoa. You just got in that position. Hold on. You talking 3, 4, 7 years with this friendship over here. You like, why is she doing? Calm down. I mean, not even spoken to her in a year yet.
Is it a friendship though? Because I feel like it's your page, right? So the people that's on your page should have a level of respect for you not to post certain things. And if they respect you and you say, hey, don't use my page for that. Like, that's not what this is about. Then they're going to respect you. And if they don't, then you block them and you let them sit in the wings and watch what's going on your page. But if they posted something and they feel free to post it, that's because they feel like they have that leeway to do it because you're not going to address it.
So then why we don't need to tell people, well, you know, don't comment, not comment. To me, it just brings a whole lot of drama. It's going to bring drama, you know, and it's all about the mentality between you and the person to, again, having that conversation about social media. I'm just not for it. It brings too much drama and issues because I know there's a lot of people, there's a lot of women that I talk to and that I associate all the time. So you have to understand my lifestyle and where I've been and how things were for me before you come into my life and just start, no, cut her off, cut that. No, why is she saying that? What gives her right? And blah, 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 and so on and so on.
Yeah, I would say don't even do it because eventually it'll come out. So if he's lying and saying she's just a friend or whatever, it'll come out. So you don't even have to address it. Just let it be and it will come out. Don't worry about it. Cadillac said it can affect the relationship big time. So you have to be careful. You have to, again, make people respect your page. If you don't want that going on your page, make people respect it. Because remember, like even our employer have access to our pages. So you got to be careful on, you know, what's going on your page too. So make people respect your page. Don't come over here with that. If people are putting stuff on your page like that, it's because you are allowing it to happen.
That's right. Especially if you being Tasty Girl 69. You know, you can't be, if you being Shalice Delicious, whatever the case, you know, some type of gesture.
Kind of like saying, why does dude keep calling you honey or sweetheart? You know, some men use terms of endearment. It's just they call everybody honey and sweetheart, and you just be like, okay. Like sometimes I say babe a lot. I'll be like, hey babe or babe. And it's not like that's my babe, but sometimes I use that. So
I mean, mine was baby. Like when, hey baby, how you doing? How you feel? And the dude's is like, yo, what's up, baby? You hanging in there? You know, so I use the same thing. I call men and women baby. So
Ooh, Kimmy is over here writing a book. Let me see, Kimmy.
Again, Kimmy going, she going for that
Kimmy,
best
you can get
author
my
position.
okay.
Look, we
Now,
got to get the spectacles out. I got to clear the sweat because
again,
this.
y'all can't call in. 708-232-8953 is the number. But Kimmy said, men do not listen to women. Girl, Lord. She said, listen to my words or my nonverbal words I'm putting out. Allow her to speak uninterrupted. Ask questions and show interest. Believe it or not, it goes a long way. Ooh, that's true, Kimmy.
It's true to a certain extent.
I think if he's into you, he listens. He hears. I think if he's not really into you, it's just like he may catch one word you said. You said, man, somebody hit my car and the airbags went out and I was at the emergency room and I spilled my coffee. You spilled your coffee? How you spill your coffee? He only gonna clue in on one thing. He's not really hearing you. I think if he's really into you, that he's gonna hear you. That's just my opinion.
I could agree with that.
And
I could agree with that.
When it comes to like the nonverbal stuff you're putting out, like you should know if that's your woman, then you should know her. And not that we expect men to read our minds, but when like maybe her behavior is changing and she's not doing what she normally does. Like those are clues to be like, okay, what's going on? Something's not right. And
no, y'all expect us to read your minds.
Hear her out. Hear her out. Don't. Sometimes it's just like, oh, she's saying the same thing. Oh, she just told me this last week. And she's saying the same thing. And you interrupt her. And she's like, he don't hear me. Now she on the phone talking to Joey because Joey listens and he does not interrupt her. And he repeats back what she said. So, yeah. I did get somebody inbox me, Michelle. She said sometimes men can pick the wrong woman. So that's a mistake that men make when it comes to dating is picking the wrong woman.
That's true.
I agree.
That's very true. I agree.
Like said, we listen, but it depends on what's going on with the conversation. Why does it depend on what's going on with the conversation? If either you listening or you're not.
No, because sometimes y'all won't let us get a word in because y'all going off whatever the conversation is about. We could be talking about peaches. Now you went through peaches, oranges, and apple. All of her sisters, they all up in the mix. And it's like, yeah. And why was she there? And why was that there? And not one has nothing to do with the other. And you just raining down on us. And we can't even, but I was with Banana. Me and Banana was hanging out. So, yes, sometimes you don't even let us get a word in. So we ain't got no choice but to listen. And it becomes.
Kimmy said football may be on. Okay, if you're talking to them about football, that's not right. That's not the time to talk to them. If they're watching the game, no. I would say no.
You already know what their passion is. So you trying to interrupt them through football, that's wrong. And that's going to, especially if they team playing and they losing, you asking for it.
Yeah, I would say no. Kalak said, he's right. We can out-talk you. You can out-talk you loud, really. Okay, I think for me, I would if I know that you're not paying attention, I'm just gonna get silent.
No, you're gonna get more at it. Like, are you even listening to me?
No.
And it gets worse. No,
I'm gonna get silent. I'm just gonna get silent on you.
After a while, you would get silent. That becomes a killer because
if I
you ain't going to get silent right away.
If you're not listening, I'm going to get silent.
This is what's going to happen.
You're going to drop. Wait, I'm going to tell
you. Watch, I'm about to tell you. You're going to drop. You are going to drop everything. You're going to drop everything off your chest. And once you are done, you are going to wait for his response. And if he doesn't respond or say what you need to hear, is when you're going to get silent and like he wasn't even listening because I'm waiting for him to say X, Y, and Z, and he ain't saying nothing. You know what? Forget it. I'm done with this conversation. And I'm done with him. And you walking off, twirl with the wind, twirl with the hair, and you're gone.
I'm going to be silent. If I'm talking to you and I feel like I don't have your full attention and you're not paying, I'm just going to get silent. I'm going to get silent on you. Cadillac says sometimes we be shying away from an argument.
Yeah, because who wants to argue?
I'm not even talking about an argument. I'm just talking about having a conversation about something with your person. And
a debate.
Not even a debate, just having a conversation. We having a conversation and you're not hearing me. Okay, let's keep going because we have more to go.
All right, you on your number 5. I don't even know why you're doing it. You know we're going to run out of time.
We are, because
you're on number 5.
I need to make sure that if you guys are just tuning in, we are live on Intellectual Radio. We're talking about the mistakes that men make in dating. And this second half is actually being sponsored by Allstate with Paula Kelly and Mary Kay with Gloria Dotson. Again, my sponsors make it possible for me to go live every single Monday. So let's continue the conversation about these mistakes that men are making when they're dating. So you said we're on number 5?
Yep, you're number 5.
My number 5 is getting physical too soon or talking about it.
Well, why not?
I feel
we grown, aren't we?
We're grown, but if I feel like you're talking or you're trying to get physical too soon, you're touching on me, you trying to lean in and get a kiss or something like that, I probably won't even see you again. I probably won't. Because now, and I know that at some point, that's what men want. That's what they want. And I get that. But I do not want that to be the focus of it. If that's the focus and that's up front and you keep pushing it up front, 9 times out of 10, you probably won't hear from me. You probably won't. That's
understandable. We have to be able to talk about other things other than just sex right out the jump right away, but it also like if you're attracting these men and all they want is sex from you, what is it that you're putting out? The laws of attraction.
You don't have to be putting anything out. Men want sex, period. That's a given. We understand that. That's a given, right? That's the reason why you approaching her, you're talking to her, because there may be a chance that you can get sex. We get that. But it's how you're doing it. We're talking and you like, so how many times if we was dating, how many times would you like to have sex a week? What positions would you like to have? What?
Well, wait a minute. Maybe he needs to know because he's a very sexual person. And if it's like for me, it's like 50% of the relationship. So if you're not doing 2-3 times a week and you're saying once a month, I already know that we ain't compatible. It's not going to work out. So we do need to have these conversations. Now, whether they do them in the beginning, they do them at the end, they need to be done.
When we decide that, okay, this is gonna be, we're gonna pursue a relationship. Okay, let's go down that road and talk about it. If we're not talking about pursuing a relationship, there's no need for us to talk about sex because it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Well, like I said, already from the beginning, from the minute he say hello, it should be a subtitle right after, hello, I want the drawers.
We already know that when you approach us that you want sex. That's a given. But a gentleman knows how to go about not really forcing that conversation, although we know that's what he wants. But it's just how you go about it. I feel like if you bringing it up, and I just keep hearing you bringing it up, now I done already decided, yep, I'm not having sex with you. So yeah, we could go out or whatever. We can do whatever, but you're not getting it. And this is one reason why I would like to, if we went out, I'll pay for my own food. So I don't want you to feel like, well, I'm paying her for her food, so I'm investing into me getting some sex. No, let me pay for my own food so that you won't be expecting anything after this date.
Well, sometime or another, we're going to be investing in sex anyway, whether it's food, whether it's spending time or something. So it doesn't make a difference. Look, we need to have the conversation in the beginning because for whatever reason, if it does happen, I need to know if you're going to be one of those psycho people afterwards that's stalking me, that's coming to my mama house, taking my Amazon packages off the front porch. I need to know these things up front in the beginning. So we need to talk. So if you're a person that can do without it for like, a certain amount of time or whatever, then we may be cool. But every day, you're going to get attached and it's going to happen.
That's a red flag for me. So again, for me, and this is just me, If you're talking, if we're trying to get to know each other, sex should not be at the forefront of that. Again, I know that you want sex. It's a given. You're a man. And if your parts are working, then I know you want sex, right? Because that's why you approached me. But we're trying to go beneath the surface of if this could be something, right? Because you can have sex with anybody. For men, you can have sex with anybody and not have any feelings attached. So let's try to get beneath the surface, because we know that sex is what you want. So if we're dating and you keep bringing up sex, you will not see me. I'm gonna be out. Like, no, gotta go. No, that's a turn off. It's a turn off. You don't need to know that up front. You don't. I say, Pat, if we get past 3 months, okay, let's start talking about it, because now we have invested some time and spent some time with each other, trying to get to know each other past the sexual thing. Sometimes you can't even get past the sex. Now you want me to send you some pictures. Now you calling me talking about, let's send me a video of you touching yourself. No. If you touch on the sex thing, he's going to focus on it. He's going to focus on it. As soon as you start talking about the sexual thing, it's going to be hard to turn that man off from that. So don't turn that on too soon, because if you do, he's going to keep pushing it. Then he's going to feel like, oh, she's playing with me. Now she don't want to do this because she's playing with me, because she started with it at first. Don't turn that on too soon. When you do, trust me, it's hard to turn it off. You don't want to go there too soon. You don't. Okay, let's get to some of these things resolved.
Look, I know we don't want to, but look, tomorrow ain't promised. In fact, we need to go twice tonight.
You always say that, but where are these relationships that you done had sex with these people that you done tricked into having sex with you right away, and then y'all not even together? Don't do it. Kimmy said, how long should you wait for intimacy? You should wait until the both of you are ready.
You got married couples that's sleeping in separate bedrooms. So what's there? So
when you feel secure with that person, when that person makes you feel secure, then you feel like you want to give that person your body, then that's what you do. The church says wait for marriage. I'm saying when you feel secure, if marriage makes you feel secure, then that's what you wait on. If the two of y'all have established something and you feel secure, that's what you wait on. Don't let anybody push you or rush you into doing something that you're going to regret. Kimmy says, is the relationship doomed if that happens early on? Could chemistry be on fire? Yeah, it's always lust at the beginning. It's lust at the beginning. It's lust. That's what it is. It's just lust. So if you notice, Kimmy, a lot of times when they get the sex up front, then it dies down. Check this out, right? So once they get the sex, right, and this is before y'all even established anything, y'all really haven't went past the 3 months, but y'all hot, y'all happy, and you feel like the chemistry is on and he's pushing you, right? And you give in to the sex. Notice he'll stay around until he's done every position with you, right? And that usually takes maybe around 11 or 12 encounters with you. Then after that, he's up. Trust me, it's a science behind it.
Y'all go ahead and listen to Lady ReShell if y'all want. She's about to screw y'all marriage, relationship. She's about to have y'all all messed up out here in these streets.
Pressure these women into have sex, but he's not even with them right now. If you just want to have sex and that's it, then go have the sex, right? But if you're looking for a relationship, sex should not be on that table when you're trying to get to know that person.
Well, that's the first question. What are you looking for?
I just said a relationship. You're not looking for someone to have sex right away. We know we're going to have sex. Right now, we're trying to get to know each other. I'm trying to figure out if I even want to be with you. And sex may not be that determining factor to say if I want to be with you or not. It may not be. If you're a person and you have a nasty attitude and you treating people wrong and you conniving, you deceiving, those things may turn me off versus the sex. I may be like, the sex is good, but you know what? That's a nasty person. I've heard a lot of men say, oh, she's beautiful, but her heart is ugly. Her heart
she got a messed up attitude, views and opinions of mine and mine alone.
Sex can go. That man can get prostate cancer and can't even use his penis.
That's
The
why you
sex
need to do it
goes.
right away.
So you have to get beyond that surface and figure out, when all of that stuff goes, do I like this person? So,
Or maybe you could ask yourself after that, like,
no,
this is wonderful. Can I see myself
where
with
has
this
sex
person
been
long term?
other than pregnancies, diseases? If that man can't wait, let him go to the next person, because it's gonna be one person. It's gonna be somebody coming.
Yeah, but you got us waiting while you still got John and Ray over there in the wind, and you already like at third base going to home with them, and we just getting around the first because we're dating.
We're dating. When we're dating, established sex is going to be a part of this date. Cadillac says sex is always in the air when you date. Sex is always in the air, as it should be. Now, if you're having it, no. If we haven't established anything, then we're not having it. We're not having it. And if that bothers you, then move on. Trust me, there's going to be another man right behind you. It's going to be another one right behind you. Cadillac said, all men are not the same. I totally agree with you. I totally agree.
That's true.
I totally agree that all men are not pushing for sex up front. And it may be because they may have a roster to where they already getting sex from somebody else. So if you say, no, we're not going to do it, they ain't going to push it with you, because they're trying to figure out who they want to be with.
I just told you. I need to know how crazy you are. You jump to conclude there's things beforehand before I even get into that, because like you said, we may not even be compatible, so it may be a waste. So if I'm not getting along with you just from conversation, I may get along
because the sex may not be on track. And now this
so why make us wait? If
you can
I'm going to wait, save it, get married,
gaslight her into falling in love with you, and then spring the sex on her. Now she's sprung. But if you spring the sex on her first and it's trash, you done messed up. And on that note, we are about to close, y'all.
No, you're not going to do this to me.
Sponsors, I kid you not. This is about men who make mistakes in dating. And I feel that one of the mistakes that men make in dating is what Rizal is pushing. And that's just pushing that sex up front. It does not have to be, because we already know those relationships have not lasted. They lasted as long as they can get, again, all of those positions out of you, those encounters. When that's done, notice the attention goes somewhere else.
You make sure you just start your thing on what number we left off on number 5. Ain't even get halfway through the list, and we put a whole hour.
I don't even know if I want to do a part 2 for the men. I don't even know. I'm gonna
wait, whoa, time out. Don't make me jump on this plane again.
Something negative. So I don't know, but I do need to wrap this up. Again, we were talking about the mistakes that men make in dating. We know that men and women make mistakes. Just find your person, right? Through the process of elimination of who you want to spend the rest of your life with, or in a relationship with it. Whatever it is that you're looking for, do your research and show up as your authentic self so that you can attract what it is that you're looking for. Heal so that when you're entering these relationships, that you can go into them whole. All right, Rizal. So I am ending this. Give me some words of wisdom, like really quick.
God is great.
God is so awesome. And God does not believe in sex marriage. Let's just say that.
Well, question too. Did Jesus ever have sex?
He does not believe in sex marriage. All right.
Wait, he didn't believe in it? Why was he supposed to be fruitful? Never mind, that's a whole nother story. We won't have to get passed on for this.
Be fruitful when you're married. Be fruitful and multiply when you're married, not when you're out fornicating. No. So on that note, thank you guys for tuning in to Warriors Talk. It's always a blast when me and Rizal are on. We're grateful that you tuned in. Join us next Monday at 6 p.m. I'll leave you with these words of wisdom. Every man has 2 men inside of him, a king and a fool. How do you know when you're found a queen? When she speaks to the king inside of you. I am going to leave off with my sponsor, you guys, with affordable book editing service. Join me next Monday right here on Intellectual Radio. As always, with Warriors Talk, we are changing lives one warrior at a time.
If you're looking for an affordable book editor, then look no further. I'm MyLeah Symone. I'm a freelance book editor, and I offer affordable book editing services such as proofreading and manuscript critiques. It's time to work with an editor who knows and loves stories. Head over to my website, www.MyLeahSymone.com, to book me today.
That's it. Okay.
Thank you for listening to this week's edition of Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell. To find out more about Warriors Talk, follow at Warriors Talk, the number 1, on all social media outlets, and Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell on YouTube. Please join us next week and every Monday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on intellectualradio.com for Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell, where we encourage, educate, and empower you into action.